Here is a history lesson for you folks that are sadly misinformed on what the Confederate flag represents and what it stands for. The Confederate flag most people recognize today was not the official flag for the Confederate States of America. It was actually the battle flag of the Army of North Virginia, commanded by General Robert Lee during the American Civil War. But the battle flag became the most recognized symbol of the South's armies during the war. The Confederate States seceded from the United States mainly over slavery and the right of the Southern states to maintain or expand it. So while the flag originally stood for the Confederate cause, independence, and states' rights, those rights were directly tied to owning enslaved people. Historians overwhelmingly agree that slavery was the core issue behind the secession. So in context, the Confederate flag symbolizes rebellion against the United States government and the defense of slavery and white supremacy. After the Confederacy was defeated, the flag mostly faded from public until the 1940s or 50s when it made a comeback, not as a Civil War relic, but as a symbol of opposition to the civil rights movement. Southern politicians and white supremacist groups like the KKK used it to protest desegregation and racial equality. That's when it became strongly linked to racism, segregation, and the resistance of the civil rights. Historically, it represented the Confederate Army fighting to preserve slavery. Culturally, it was revived to oppose the civil rights movement, and today it's seen by many as a racist symbol. Also, my son is Black. He loves to learn about his Black history. And my son knows what the Confederate flag stood for. So he asked me why certain people were flying that flag. He asked me, does this person know I'm Black? And, I wonder the same thing. I don't think this person cares. There was also a moment where we were around this person and they made a joke about Black people, and my son heard it. I did not hear it. My son came to me about it later and said that he did not appreciate it because he's Black. And I don't have any excuses to tell him, because that flag that you fly represents slavery and the opposition of the civil rights movement. That is fucking racist. So if you didn't know what it stood for before, you definitely know now. I think it's time to take that flag down, especially since it represents wanting to have slavery and wanting to get rid of the civil rights movement. Considering the fact that you have Black family members, I think you should take it down. Thank you.